All right, my friends, it's time to talk a little bit more about Padme. And the biggest question I have for myself, at least, is will Padme be viable at 5-6 stars? Because that's where I've got her right now. And I'm seriously doubting whether or not I'm going to be able to get that 7th star. And I'm just right now, I just blew so many resources on Darth Revan and on Malak that I'm not feeling stoked about just draining the bank account again for Padme to get her to 7 stars. And then I've got that gear crunch as well to worry about. And so I'm not in a huge hurry. But that said, I would like to know, how much am I going to be able to use her at 6 stars in Territory Wars and Grand Arena against some of the top meta teams? Obviously, the biggest question is going to be how she does against Darth Revan and Malak. I think we're starting to see pretty clearly based on videos coming out, she can perform well. But what about 6 stars? Is she going to be viable? And to answer this question, I am dusting off the old test account. I usually don't like using these, and part of the reason for that is because I just felt like it was almost an unrealistic comparison, if that makes sense, to the live accounts. But that said, I was looking through the mods on my test account when I went to go mod my Padme team just to do some testing, and I realized, you know what? I think the rest of the game is caught up with where my test account mods are at, because I had to farm these mods myself. Granted, I had unlimited resources to do so, but I actually have better mods on my main account that I can use for Padme than I do on the test account. I have a few ridiculous mods on here, but I just don't have the full depth of, years of mod farming. And so I'm comfortable showing this, and so let's talk about the mods first. And big shout out to DB Official and Skeltrix, who have teams in that I'm going to fight against here. So first of all, let's get C-3PO out of here. This is probably my favorite team so far that I've personally tested. We've got Padme at 6 stars, and that does create issues because there's a lot of base health you lose out on, and that's going to be kind of what makes Padme so good, is that she's going to have that health bonus, and also that's going to be what calculates the protection up, which really feeds the team and makes the team hum the way that it should. And so with Padme, what you really want to shoot for is a lot of speed and health. A crit damage triangle is probably ideal. I'll show you what I've got here right now. Look at this, not very much health. It's a full health set. But not very much health there. Not nearly enough speed. This is not not ideal. I've got crit chance on her instead of crit damage. I just don't have the mods available. Potency, look, Padme, she's got crap mods right now. And so probably not the best reflection of what Padme could be. But I feel a little bit better about Snips and Anakin. You really want to have a lot of health on Snips. Crit damage if possible, which I do have crit damage on her right here. I wasn't able to get a full health set, but the health primaries go a long way with these characters, and so definitely recommend that. Anakin, doing pretty well on as well. You want tons of offense on Anakin. I think that goes without saying. Probably a minimum. They want to get him close to 4,000 if you can, to be honest. That's where I got him right now. And then, of course, speed is going to be important and all of that. And I've got a little bit of protection added to him. I almost rather that be health. But, again, just don't have a ton of great mods available to me, which makes this tough. Yoda is going to need to be fast. I've got a speed set on him, and the reason I want Yoda fast is I want him to jump out ahead of the curve, get tenacity up to kind of help against those Darth Revan teams. And then General Kenobi, it used to be all about protection on General Kenobi, but we need defense and we need lots of base health on General Kenobi, and so I do have health primary stats on him as much as possible. I've got him loaded up to, let's see, plus 16,000 health, and that's going to really benefit you with Padme's leadership ability, and it will translate to more protection up, and so it's an all-around benefit. Okay, so let's test this out first and see how this works. Again, this is 6 stars. You're going to lose out on a lot of those base stats, and so you really do want your Yoda to go first if you're going to take Yoda in here. That's kind of how I've got him modded. At least that's what I've had the most success with. That way we can get this protection up going, and most importantly, we're going to avoid all of those debuffs from Bastille Fallen, which is what we just saw. All right, let's clear Malak, and then hopefully Anakin can get a turn here soon. There we go. Now we'll clear both of those. I love that Mass Dispel. And I'm going to actually wait to use Protection up until after HK has used his AoE. All right, I would like to cleanse. I'd like to cleanse that tenacity down. Okay, let's go. Get Padme a turn. Oh, getting dicey. This is where we're kind of seeing the bummer of not having the best mods. Okay, here we go. Now we'll get that cleanse, and we got the protection up. Kind of save our team right now. Okay, we got to deal with Malak. That protection up's helping quite a bit. Okay, now let's work on Bastila Fallen. Oh, and Anakin. Woo, in true form, doing tons of damage. The chosen one, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, I love it. Okay, yeah, well, let's see. We don't have a lot of protection up. I want to save this almost. And, I'm tempted. No, let's just do it. There we go. Okay, that was worth it. That was worth it. Okay, now I want to focus my attacks over on HK47. There we go. Lost my mouse for a second. Oh, snips. This team just starts dealing so much damage towards the end of the battles. Take him out. Oh, come on. Okay, let's just make sure we get HK out. There we go. Now we're sitting in pretty good shape. And Padme remarkably survived this battle. She's going to be a lot better when she does not have, or when we're not as disadvantaged at 6 stars. But fortunately, I'm actually pretty pleased with the performance here at 6 stars. We'll do another battle here just to make sure that it's not some kind of fluke. Assuming we can get through Malak. Look how takey he is. Oh, I love the dodge. My girl Snips going up against the Sith. All right. I just love seeing some of these Jedi be as good as they are. It's like Padme was meant to be a Jedi all along. Maybe she was a Jedi. Holy cow. How many hits is it going to take? There we go. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's try this again. And I did have another battle earlier when I was testing this out where HK47 really got in the way and just started popping people off. I actually lost. And so last time I went for a Bastila Fallen. This time, let's see if we can have some success also gunning down HK47 first, just to avoid some of those late match hits. All right, so far so good. Let's clear that taunt on Malak. Let's get this taunt cleared on... There we go. No taunt, no taunt. Dang it, Malak. Oh, I hate it when he does that. Okay, now we've got tenacity to cleanse. Let's get a turn for Padme here pretty soon, hopefully. Ooh, oh, wow. That is dicey. That is super dicey. We just almost lost everyone. Okay, protection up. Woo! Woo! Oh! Oh, fortunately we didn't lose Padme. Okay, we got some protection up. Let's just call in the troops here on Sith Trooper. Not nearly as much as I wanted. Okay, I'm going to do this on HK47. Okay. Come on, Snips. There we go. Snips lands a big hit on HK. Now let's see if we can't get Bastila Fallen out of here. We have enough buffs. I think we can call an assist. Wow, they overshot that a bit. Ooh, stun on Anakin. Master Stroke. Very nice. Take Bastila Fallen out. There we go. And we've got the big threats out of here. Let's just take down Sith Trooper, and we should probably be okay. Especially, you know, now that we got this protection up, we're going to have a lot of DPS here to work with. Man, though, was that close or what against Bastila Fallen, just shocking everybody and just almost taking out half the team. That could have been dicey. And that kind of does, once again, come back to, you really kind of want to have Padme at 7 stars. It's going to give you a little bit more security because she's not going to be as squishy as she is in these battles. But then again, this is also pretty slow Padme. I'm going to go ahead and say I think that Padme is pretty dang viable at 6 stars, probably 5 stars as well. She's 6 stars in this match. I think, but for the most part, I think if you're able to get 5 stars, you can probably make a push for 6 stars. 7 star, there's a pretty good ramp up there. And so I'm showing some additional footage here right now. We've got Padme against a Jedi Revan team. That's also going to be something that works pretty well for Padme teams. You do need to have mods. I know on the test account, I was actually struggling against Jedi Revan teams, but I think a lot of that was just because I don't have as good of mods as I really wish I had on that particular test account, because it takes a long time to farm a deep roster of those mods. I think where Padme's probably going to be the most usable is in Territory Wars. I'm personally going to want to have her in my pocket as a offensive counter to Darth Malak teams and to some other top meta teams. It's just going to really help give an edge to your guild, I think, if everyone can get to her. Especially what I was seeing, observing in my guild's Territory Wars, for example, was Darth Revan was something that everybody wanted to place on defense. But when you place Darth Revan on defense, what are you going to use to beat the other guild's Darth Revans? And Padme seems to be a very viable solution to that for a lot of people. These wins obviously weren't super firm, so maybe you wanted to have that 7th star to feel as comfortable as you could with it, but there's also other compositions that are working pretty well for people out there. I know I've seen some people using C-3PO to work pretty well. Basically a full team of Galactic Republic. I've seen others using Ayla. Sekiro, it was working pretty well, so that's food for thought. At any rate, I hope you guys enjoyed your day. Happy Star Wars Day, May the 4th. I can't believe I waited till the end of the video to call that out, by the way. Shame on me. But I hope you guys enjoyed the gifts from Capital Games. Tell me where you placed your free Zeta. Let me know down in the comments below who got your free Zeta today, and I would love to hear from you on that. If you did like the video, give it a thumbs up, and as always, my brothers, don't forget
my dead body. Sorry about the mess.